So during my college career, I played college basketball for about 3 years. Injuries have always been a part of my career. They have kept me on the sidelines for substantial amounts of time. My freshman year, I got a concussion. My sophomore year, I tore a labrum in my hip. In my junior year, I got another concussion. So it's my junior year, and I'm recovering from this concussion. It's at the end of the season. My team has made it to the national tournament. They lost in the second round. Now it's the off season. I redshirted due to my injury, meaning that I'd still be able to practice with the team. I just couldn't play, and I'd keep my year of eligibility. So one random afternoon, I was in the weight room, and I was doing my routine lifts, and I was preparing to strengthen. I was strengthening my body up, trying to recover. I was trying to get back some of that time that I lost while I was out and I was injured. And so I'm doing my sets, whatever I'm doing, and there's a knock on the weight room door. Now, it's just me. There's nobody else in the weight room. I go over to the door, and it's this older guy. I open the weight room and I say, hey, how you doing? Can I help you? He says, oh no, I was just looking around. You mind if I come in? I said, sure, no problem. I'm just doing my workout. He said, yeah, okay. So he comes in. I get back to my workout. I'm going hard. I'm going strong. About 20 seconds pass by. He says to me, hey, do you play a sport here? So I pause. I put the dumbbells down. I say, yeah, I play a sport here. He said, what do you play? I said, I play basketball. He said, oh, wow, that must be awesome. I said, yeah, it is. He said, that reminds me of this one time when I used to swim in college. Do you have a moment? Now, if I'm being honest with you, if I'm being transparent, because that's why we're here, right? To be transparent. In my mind, I was like, absolutely not. I'm coming off of this injury. I've been out for practically 6 months. I didn't play a game this entire season with my team. I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get better so that when I do return, I can actually offer something to my team. I don't got time for you, brother. I'm here to work out. That's what I wanted to say. But then the room got quiet. And I looked around for a moment and I noticed that there was nobody else there but me and him. This wasn't about me. This was about Jerry. And I knew God was watching. I knew it. So what I actually said was, yeah, I got some time. What's going on? Jerry proceeded to tell me about his swim days. He proceeded to tell me about his loving marriage that he has. He proceeded to tell me about this story of how him and his friend went to a chili eating contest, ate some bad chili, and they were on the toilet for about 3 days. His name was Jerry Beeman. And he told me all about his life. Me and Jerry probably stood there talking for about 10 or 15 minutes. At the end of our conversation, he said, man, I've never been to a college basketball game before. I said, no? He said, no. I said, I tell you what, if you leave me your name, I'll put you on the pass list. That way, when the season rolls around, you tell them your name at the front and you'll be able to get in for free. You can come and watch us play. He said, you would do that for me? I said, absolutely. He said, can you do it for my wife too? I said, what's her name? He told me his wife's name. I said, okay, Jerry and Mrs. Beeman. I'll put it down. And as promised, the season rolled around and Jerry's name was on that pass list, and so was his wife's. You see, I like to think that Jesus Christ, see, this is what he's trying to get us to understand. He's trying to get us to understand that there are times in our life where we're going to encounter some people. There are going to be some sporadic, random, holy moments. And if we're not paying close attention, we're going to miss them. We're going to miss them if we're not paying close attention. That lesson taught me so much about what it means to care for another person. That lesson taught me so much about what it means to listen and how important it is that we make each other feel seen and valued. Jerry Beeman gave me so much more and more that day. I only spent 15 minutes with him. I don't know if you got that. Jerry Beeman gave me so much and more that day. I only spent 15 minutes with him. I had a chance to listen. I had a chance to share an ear. I had a chance to listen to somebody else's heart. I don't know how much it meant for Jerry that day. I have no idea how much that meant for Jerry that day. He was smiling, he was laughing. It's like he's been waiting his whole life to tell that story. You have no idea what those little random acts of kindness can do for another person. You have no idea how it can change the course of their day. You have no idea what it will do for them. We gotta make sure we get this, because if we don't, it's gonna hurt us in the long run. When we're gonna be called to show up for somebody, and because we never took the time to pay attention to the little things during the day, we're not able to be there for them like we need to be. Whether that's our families down the line, whether that's relationships, whether that's jobs, any type of interactions that we're required to serve other people, we don't know how to do it because we never learned. And all of the times that God was trying to help us and teach us, we ignored them. Like when a random guy comes into the weight room and he wants to talk, you look them off as opposed to giving him 15 minutes of your time. You see, I was gonna finish my workout regardless. Jerry wasn't gonna stay there for 2 hours. We in the weight room. Chances are he's gonna talk for a little bit like he did, then you can go back to doing your lift. Let's talk Luke 19, the story of Jesus and Zacchaeus. Now Jesus is passing through a town, and I guess Zacchaeus knows he's there. I'm not really sure, the Bible is not clear. However, Jesus is passing through, and Zacchaeus knew of Jesus coming through, and he wanted to see him. But he was small in stature and there was a great multitude of people. That's what the Bible tells us. So Zacchaeus couldn't see him. He was a tax collector. So Zacchaeus decided to climb up this tree so that when Jesus passed by, he could see him. He didn't want to be on the ground. He just wanted to see him. He just wanted Jesus in his line of sight. So finally, Jesus finally passes through this town and he gets to the tree and he looks up. And the Bible tells us that he says, "Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for I must stay at your house today." Then the next verse tells us that Zacchaeus made haste, he came down, and he received him, being Jesus, joyfully. Now, at first, I struggled with this concept. Like, I get that he's Jesus, and I get that he's the Christ, and like, I understand why Zacchaeus is happy, but I don't get it. What was so special? Why did he receive him joyfully? Like, I don't understand. So I imagine it as if I'm at the table with Zacchaeus. And to understand this concept, this is what I do. I take them to prayer and I imagine that I'm sitting with some of these people. So it's me and it's Zacchaeus at the table. I got a filet mignon, we having dinner, and some sweet potatoes. He's got a little fried chicken and mac and cheese. He likes soul food. He likes soul food, and he got a little sweet tea on the side. I like water. I try to stay healthy. And so I ask him, I say, hey, my man, I get that he's Jesus, but you guys had never met before. You guys had never interacted before. Why did you receive him so joyfully? And why did you make haste? And then Zacchaeus, in my imagination, says back to me, because he saw me. I made haste, came down and received him joyfully because he saw me. Not only did he see me, but he saw my effort. When he looked at me in that tree, he saw everything it took to get there. He saw my why, he saw my reasons, he saw my heart. And when he acknowledged me in my effort, I was happy. I felt like I was loved, valued, and seen. Christ is trying to get us to understand, when you see people, it changes lives. When you see somebody, it changes lives. How many people are you walking by on a daily basis just waiting to be seen? How many people are you walking by on a daily basis that resemble the identity of Zacchaeus? I guarantee you they're there. It's time we open our eyes, because there's one Zacchaeus every day that we will encounter. I guarantee you. And if we're not paying attention, we won't get it. It's not about us. It's not about us. Jesus did not look at Zacchaeus for his own sake. He looked at Zacchaeus for Zacchaeus' sake. Zacchaeus needs something. Zacchaeus needed to be seen. As human beings, we all have that innate desire to be loved, to be valued. We can't forget that. And a lot of times we get so caught up in our own daily routines that we do. And it happens, right? That's life. We run on our own hamster wheel sometimes, and we're running and gunning, trying to get things done and move up in the world. It happens. But we have to hold ourselves accountable. That can't happen on a daily basis. That can't happen. I got 3 points for you guys, and then we're done. Point number 1, love is a priority, not an option. Say that one more time. Love is a priority, not an option. If you really want to adopt the lifestyle of Christ, if you really want to consider yourself a son or daughter of God, if you really want to be a true servant as the Bible instructs us to do, then loving others has to be a priority, not an option. You can't love people when you feel like it. And when we say love, what do we mean? We're going to talk scripture. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not boastful. Love does not insist on its own way. Love does not hold grudges. If we're talking love, let's be honest. Love is listening when people need us to listen. Love is giving when we need to give. Love is sharing when we don't want to share. Love is apologizing when we don't want to apologize. You can't love people when you feel like it. That's not how this works. Let's go even a step further. You can't only love people that love you. Even the tax collectors do that. Sound familiar? Even the Pharisees do that. You got to pray for your enemies. You got to love all. That's the call here. You can't pick and choose when you want to be Christ-like and when you don't. That's not how we get to the kingdom of heaven. That's how we go straight to hell. VIP pass straight there. You can't pick and choose when you want to display that kind of servantship, when you want to display that kind of life, when you want to display and appear to be holy. You can't choose. It's not on the clock, man. There's no hourglass sitting there in terms of how much time you have to spend being holy. This is a 24/7 thing we do. It's not a job. It's not an option. It's a priority. Point number 1, love is a priority, not an option. Point number 2, hold on, let's go back. Point number 1, love is a priority. I really want to make sure we get this, and not an option. Point number 2, it ain't about you. I say this all the time, and I try to live it. I struggle with it on a daily basis, but it ain't about you. The greatest thing you can ever do in your life is make it about somebody else. Your life is not about you. You were not put here for your purpose. You were put here for somebody else's. And so when we talk about love, we can't love with the mindset, with the intention of receiving. I don't give to you so I can give back. I give to you because it's what I'm called to do, and it's what God expects of me. Not because I expect to receive something in return. That's not how it works. That's selfish. That's not love. Like I said, that's not how we get to the kingdom of heaven. That's a VIP pass straight to hell, and we'll be sitting next to the devil himself. It ain't about you. Stop making every conversation about you. Stop always trying to get the last word in. Stop always trying to share or overshare before you've listened. Give up your field. Give up your desire to speak so that you can listen. Next time you ask somebody about their day, ask them more. How was your day? Good. Explain to me how it was good. What did you do today? Okay. If you don't want to be surface level, get deep. Hey, what's your prayer life like? How can I pray for you? Is there anything I can do to help you? Whether it's surface level or not. It ain't about you. Let's talk Matthew. The greatest among you must be servants. The greatest among you must be servants. Let's break that down a little bit. Greatest and servants are the two words I want us to pay attention to. Greatest and servant. Who was the greatest being of all time? Jesus Christ. And what did he do? He served. Now, everybody in every country, everywhere around the world knows who he is. Even if they don't believe in him, they know of him. You say Jesus Christ, ears perk up or ears turn away. One of the two. Don't nobody just sit there and don't move when they hear the name Jesus Christ. They either internally turn away or ears perk up. Everybody knows who he is. Why? The greatest among you must be servants. He's not just fluffing this out. He's being real, and he's telling us in the Gospels. He's trying to listen, I know what it takes to get to my Father. I know what it takes to get to love. I know what it takes to get to peace. He's trying to tell us, and he tells us all throughout the gospel, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Ain't no other way. I'm the only way. There's no other way. You can't do it without me. So stop trying. Not only can you not do it without me, but you don't have to. That's why I'm here. Not only can you not do it without me, number one, I don't need you to. And number two, you don't have to. That's why I'm here. Remember, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. Point number two, it's not about you. Point number three, love is the greatest thing of all time. Love is the GOAT. Without love, we are nothing. Love makes our days worth everything. Love gives us value. Love makes us glad to just be alive. You've ever been loved by somebody? I think there's a Teddy Pendergrass song, feels so good to be loved by somebody, and somebody loves you back. To be loved and to love in return is the only thing that my heart desires. Love is why we're here. God is love. Christ is love. That's why we're here. So that goes back to point number one when we talked about love being a priority. That's the key to life. If we want to really figure out how to get the most of our days, we don't do it by chasing after wealth. We don't do it by chasing after appearance or stature. We do it by chasing after love. We do it by committing ourselves to loving no matter what. I'm going to love you whether you love me or whether you hurt me. I'm going to love you whether you curse me or whether you pray for me. I'm going to love you whether you give me gifts or you steal them away from me. I'm going to love you whether you lift me up or you break me down. I'm going to love you whether you encourage me or whether you beat me up. I'm going to love you no matter what. Why? Because that's what Christ did for me. And so who am I not to do the same for you? He came here to save me. Who am I not to extend you that same grace and mercy that I was given? I deserve to die 10 times over for my sins. Who am I not to extend you that same grace? Love is not a priority. I'm sorry, love is not an option, it's a priority. That's number one. Number two, it ain't about you. And then number three, love is the greatest thing of all time because without it, we are nothing.